Hey guys, Boomslang here. I just wanted to go over a few points. Sorry for being absent. My PC died. I narrowed it down to it being either the motherboard or the graphics card. My PC was 5 years old, so it was kind of getting at the end of its prime, really. Um, so I've got a new PC. Specs are going to be in the description below, and it's a bit of a monster. Very happy with it. New screen as well. Couple of new games. Total War Three Kingdoms, which I've used the code for, and I don't think I'll be covering any gameplay on my channel with it because I'm not the best Total War player. I just really enjoyed playing the game. So we'll see how that goes, maybe in the future. And then the other game is Wolfenstein Youngbloods, and I haven't used that code, and I don't think I will. I'll probably do it as a giveaway, but we'll see. Um, I might have a look at Youngbloods and see what kind of. I don't know. It's just not really the kind of game that I would really play. It's kind of that Doom feel, and if I want to play Doom, I'll go play Doom. I'm not hating on Youngblood's Wolfenstein game, but yeah, we'll see. So for this one, I just wanted to go over the patch notes now that we're getting closer to the final patch hitting when all of these new spells will come out. Um, it was released on May 10th, but if it's only coming out in July 10, there's room for changes on here, so I didn't want to really talk about it up until, kind of we're getting closer to the 10th now. So I'm just going to go over the W spells. I'm not going to go over everything in here. So, Axes, add a new W spell, Spinning Blades. The caster gets surrounded by magic blades for 2.5 seconds. Every 0.5 seconds, the blades deal magic to all enemies in a 6-meter radius. Each hit also increases the caster's damage by 4% for 3 seconds, and that stacks up to 10 times. Does it tell you how long the cooldown of the spell is? No. I'm just thinking if it stacks 10 times, but the spell only lasts for 2.5 seconds, unless my maths is really shit, you're not going to get the 40% buff. Unless this is like a. It can't be. It would have to be like a 10 or 15-second cooldown. You can't just keep spamming W, I mean, it doesn't make sense. See how that one pans out, but yeah. Then you got some Life Leech, Vampiric Strike. Pretty sure Vampiric Strike's already in the game. Although, one-handed axes, I don't remember there being Vampiric Strike. Because it doesn't say new. But I'm guessing they could put more new spells in as well. Remove the self-heal instead of the ability. No, I don't really use one-handed axes, I could be totally wrong, that probably is in the game. One Rending Strike, Lifesteal, 30%, 6%, 100%. Wow, that's pretty cool. Curse Staff, no changes. Daggers, no changes. Fire Staff, Frost Staff. Add a new Q spell, Ice Shard. Drop a big Ice Shard at ground target. The impact deals magic damage to all enemies in a 3-meter radius. Cast time, blah. 1.2 seconds, not bad. Damage, 190 to 140. They've upped it. Shatter all Frost Staffs. Avalanche. Is that part of the same? No, it's different spells. Hammers, new W spell. Now, for me, I think this is going to be super important in, I think, GVG meta and possibly ganking meta as well. Cracks the earth open and creates a ring of tar and an 8-meter around the caster. I think they meant to put radius. This ring lasts for 4 seconds and has a 2.5-meter width. When enemies are inside the ring, their movement speed is reduced by 90%. It ignores crowd control, resistance, cast time 0.5 seconds, area duration 2.5 to 4 seconds. Oh, so it's 4 seconds, my bad. And then 2.5 meters, rework the visual effect because it was hurting the visibility of a battle. So yeah, I mean, if you can reduce somebody's movement speed by 90% for 4 seconds and it ignores crowd control resistance, I mean, I think hammers are going to be the new ganking meta, and maybe it will find its way into GVGs if you've got. I mean, I don't know too much about GVGs, so I could be talking out my ass, but for me, if you've got a load of people trying to rush your backline and you've got this hammer guy that's slowing everybody by 90%, you could AoE them down potentially. I mean, it's not going to work that way every time, but you never know. Holy staffs, nothing there. Maces, nothing there. Nature staffs. Now this is going to be very interesting. Added new W spell, Rejuvenating Breeze. Increases the resistance of an ally by 0.44 for 2 seconds and spreads rejuvenating stacks to up to 10 allies in a 15-meter radius. The amount of rejuvenation stacks depends on the amount of stacks active on the targeted ally. So obviously if you have the max rejuve stacks and then you use this W spell, Rejuvenating Breeze, it'll spread to 10 people. So I think they're putting this in because of the because of the raid dungeons they're bringing out at some point, and obviously you'll need some AoE healing. So that is very cool, very interesting. Nature staffs might, get bumped up a bit from their current status, which is not top. Quarterstaffs, W spell, Rising Blow. Hit enemies in a frontal cone, knocking them in the air for 0.9 seconds and dealing physical damage. Knocked up duration is 1.25. Damage 35 to 50. And that's all the same. Spears, new W spell. A giant spear will pierce through the ground, dealing 170 physical damage and slowing enemies by 50% for 3 seconds within 2.5 meter radius. Impact area. So spears might become a little better for ganking. If it's going to do a 50% slow, but we'll see. Now, this is just broken, but swords. Added new W spell parry. For 0.8 seconds you become immune to damage and reflect all incoming damage back at the attacker. At the end of the channel, you hit all enemies around you in a 6-meter radius, dealing 104 physical damage and silencing them. Wow. I mean, that's just insane. Like, if you time that at the perfect timing, you become immune and you reflect every incoming damage back to an attacker. And then at the end of the channel, you hit all enemies around you in a 6-meter radius, dealing 104 physical damage and silencing them. I mean, I mean, in reality, you could potentially solo gank like a 6-man party if they fuck up and do the wrong spell combination whilst you're using your parry. Because if you reflect all of the damage back to them and it absolutely ruins them, not only then do you do an AoE damage, but you also silence them, and then you can follow up and kill them all. I mean, that's like perfect scenario. It's not going to happen very often, but damn, that is a crazy spell. I can foresee that being nerfed very quickly, potentially the silence being removed, but we'll see. And that was kind of it. There wasn't really much else in the way of new spells that I could see, unless they're missing. I believe they said there was going to be 8, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 5. I guess that counts as 6, but it's a Q. 7. Yeah, I think we're either missing 2 or we're missing 1. Because I don't think they're counting that Q spell as the 8. I could be wrong though. But overall, very interesting. It looks like nature swords and was it hammers? Hammers are going to be getting a nice buff in regards to those skills. The rest, I don't know. I mean, spears, it's okay. What else was there? The cube, I mean, meh, for me. I don't know if anybody thinks it's better or not. I guess axes is a pretty cool one, but we'll see how that pans out. So that was kind of it, guys. It was just a quick channel update and also looking over these patch notes for the upcoming spells that are coming out. I would bring you more gameplay, but I'm trying to regain some footage, get myself back into things. I could have done like a, Warhammer Chaos Bane or Torchlight Frontiers, but I want to get some Albion footage ready. And then yeah, I'm just prepping for the 10th of July because we've got the Percival update, and we also have Fractured is being released on the same day for Alpha Test 2. I'm going to cover Albion, and then on either the day after, I'm going to try and do it as quickly as I can, but I'm getting into the Fractured Alpha like ASAP. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening at the moment. Don't forget, guys, Warblood is recruiting, and also the giveaway is ending very shortly. It's not going to be much longer now. So if you guys want to win one of the 4 shares of 3,333,333 silver, then by all means click on the links in the description below, get involved, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Boomslang out. Laters all.